Can you go to jail for drink driving in Ireland? Conceivably, in theory, yes you can, but in practical reality, if it's your first time coming to court for a drink driving offence, which it is for most people, then it's almost certainly not the case that you will receive a custodial sentence. The custodial element is there, as it is for every offence, but it's only really used for people who commit drink driving a second or third or fourth time. For those people, there is obviously an enhanced risk of custody. But if it's your first time coming to court for drink driving, it's almost certainly the case that you will not be sent to prison or anything like that. Is drink driving an automatic ban? I'm afraid so, yes it is. If you plead guilty to drink driving, or if you're found guilty of drink driving, you will be disqualified. It's got nothing to do with your circumstances. It's because the law is very clear. If you're found guilty or if you plead guilty, the judge must disqualify you. They have no choice but to do it. And they must put you off the road. The length of the disqualification then very much depends on how much over the limit you were. The disqualification, whether it comes in or not, has nothing to do with your circumstances, whether you need a car for work or anything like that. It's automatic. That means it's mandatory. So if you're found guilty or if you plead guilty, I'm afraid you will be disqualified from driving, yes. How to appeal a drink driving ban in Ireland? Well, if you've been found guilty by the district court of drink driving, you can then at that point in court file a notice of appeal. You can appeal the disqualification decision by the district court there and then in court. And when the proper appeal papers are filled out and properly lodged, you'll get a copy back from the court clerk, and that will indicate that your appeal is lodged. You're entitled to drive during that period until the appeal comes up. But the appeal is held now in the circuit court, which is a higher court, and they will rehear the case all over again from start to finish. And if you're successful then your appeal will be successful and the disqualification will be removed, obviously. But if it's not successful, then the decision of the lower court will remain. That's how an appeal works in drink driving cases. What happens in court for drink driving? Well, what usually happens is drink driving or drug driving is a 3-day process, generally speaking. There's the first day the case comes into court, and on that day the case then is adjourned for between 4 and 6 weeks to allow the guards to send to your solicitor all the statements, all the reports, all the documents connected to your case to your solicitor. And the case generally is adjourned from on the first day to about 4 to 6 weeks to allow that process to take place. And on the second day then, the judge will ask, based on having reviewed the evidence with your solicitor, whether you intend to plead guilty or not guilty. If you intend to plead guilty, you can deal with the case right there and then on the second day. But if you intend to enter a plea of not guilty and seek a trial date, there'll be a further third day assigned for the case. So on that third day, your trial will take place.